or the veto's been taken care of, but here we go. Tournament map, Mirage, the walkthrough. You all know and love this map. We've had it for more than a year now, and this is going to be good times. Into the pistol we go, and Fnatic, we've got Pronax looking into B apps, and this is going to be the setup here. It's going to be the rush. Bravado trying to use Fnatic's weapon against them.
Yeah, just rushing in, and Pronax is going to land the opening headshot. The Black Poison's going to take one more, but then Pronax, one more click, and he's fully reloaded. He's trying to get the next one in here, and they're not looking. Crims will be the one helping out, and this is all crumbling right now for the terrorist side as Pronax hits a third headshot, leaving it up to just Scent.
Pronax has taken a single point of damage this entire time. Olofmeister will step in and take the last frag, clearing Scent out of those apartments. That's it, it's done, and Fnatic walk away with the pistol round on their CT side of Mirage. This is a fantastic start for the Swedes. They are on the favored side of this map. We expect them to come out ahead in rounds, but them getting that pistol has taken away that easy start for Bravado.
Yeah, I think it's a nice idea for the South African team to try and rush the B-bomb site like that, because as you said, it's something Fnatic love doing. It's a hugely effective weapon. Only very few teams. I actually only count Dignitas as the only team who's really figured out how to stop that. So so why not try and do it? But then the fact that they lost track of Pronax and couldn't pick him off had a really big impact on that round. So we'll see. Scout being picked up here by JW, and it's C-set 75s all around here for the terrorist side.
Exactly. Yeah, CZ's, a couple of Kevlars bought, actually, so there's a little bit more money spent on the T side, but they aren't really managing to do too much with it. Actually, this is kind of playing into what Fiflaurin was speaking of, you know, taking the fights at range. JW, Flusha kind of camping out mid, making sure that Bravado can't get in there. There's some really nice pistol work coming in from Scent, but at the end of the day, this is still Fnatic with all of the advantage.
If only he had the bomb and could have got it down, that would have made such a big difference right now for Bravado. But that isn't going to be the case. Instead, we get a little bit of some ragdoll Olympics in there as Flusha just sends him flying with a good headshot and a quad kill as well from Flusha. So well played on his part. Now we're going to go into the third round, and Bravado did not get the bomb down in the pistol, and they didn't get it down in the second round either. So they don't really have a choice here. They're just going to have to eco on.
Yeah, they are going to have to run with it. They are investing in a couple nades here, though. I do like to see that. A P250 bought on Deviant as well, but 2 flashes actually gives them a couple of options to go with, and I'm curious. It looks like it might be another B play here. They are gathering up in the apartments. Flusha hugging that wall, listening for the steps, and he's definitely going to be calling to his mate who's holding on that site. They're coming running. This is it, the sickest of HEs to start.
That was a devastating grenade, yes. Did a lot of damage there on Flusha. Pronax with 2 kills before he goes down. If they can only get the bomb down, it would make a really big difference for the terrorist side here, but that's obviously not going to happen as there's only Scent left once again. He's going to come in from Catwalk and tries to jump on Flusha, but he's just going to be making his way out with 9 health left. Some damage being dealt to Fnatic. They lost 2 players in the previous round. They lost 1 person in this round, and now we're going to have to see what they can do with rifles, and actually straight buying an AWP on Scent, which I think is cool. That's a nice investment. No body armor on him, but if you're feeling confident, then you should go for it.
I think you're going to be happy about this little detail, Anders. He actually bought a decoy nade with that op.
Oh, yeah.
You throwing that off decoy? We can see that anywhere? But here we have the new function. Actually, we get to follow the nades go through, and we can see this short smoke go off. This is to eliminate JW, who's holding in window, who has to change up his angle here. But Bravado currently trying to clear out connector, and they're doing a pretty decent job, only that they take a bullet to the face.
That's unfortunate, and then they can't actually get to burn JW either, so that's a big problem. Flush is going to go down. That's Deviant with a great headshot, returning a kill, and then one following up on that. Black Poison is kind of low on health, and he's going to get shut down there. That's JW with a really quick flick, as he's well known for, picking up a second kill as well to rack it off. So now it's going to be Rachno and Scent left, 2 on 3 here. They do need to win this round.
Oh, and JW peeks out. Scent was waiting for him in the apartments. Now we're into a 2-on-2, but Olofmeister's already in position in CT spawn. He's going to take out Scent once he tries to peek out, and now we're into a 2-on-1 as Pronax is working his way in from connector. They're going to have a pretty decent position here, Fnatic. Still 50 seconds for Rachno to work with, rather, but...
He saw him.
He saw the gun barrel. He saw him there.
He's trying to see again. Right here he spots Pronax, so it's not going to be good enough here. He ends up going down. So brave effort anyway from the terrorist side. That could have been a lot closer. Ooh. They did lose a couple of people to JW in the middle, and that's obviously unfortunate. They had already used a bunch of the grenades to keep him away to begin with. So the fact that they ended up running out of grenades and he had a chance to pick up 2 people, that made a really big difference.
Yeah, that's the fact that just JW, he sits there. He doesn't care if you're like picking off his teammates from short, anything like that. He's just like, nope, this window is mine. I'm looking at mid. This is my area of the map, and you aren't going to get me out of here. Devil Walk looking pretty pleased so far with how things are going. And this is actually an ideal start for Fnatic. Even if they lose 3 members in that buy round that came out from Bravado, so long as they get that round on the board, they've got the money to buy, they've got the money to keep the pressure up on the South African team. So Fnatic have got to be feeling pretty confident right now.
We can't not mention, now that we have the pause going on anyway, we can't really not mention the fact that Devil Walk got that really cool haircut as well. So
he's looking sharp.
He's looking sharp, Definitely a big difference.
I think there was like a memo that went out because Fiflarin got his haircut as well. Looking really clean up there on that.
Very handsome, right?
Oh, damn. Dashing.
I was impressed. I was very impressed.
But Devil Walk as well, man. And he is pumped right now. This is a big match. I mean, this is a huge tournament for Fnatic because, of course, they are the team that have dominated now for practically a month and a half, just taking LAN after LAN and looking completely unstoppable. So going into this tournament, everybody's going to be watching Flusha do spins.
I guess so. All right. Why not?
Sorry, you guys can't see that, but it's up on the second monitor here. I was just like, what is going on? Flusha's spinning in place. Maybe Flusha having a little bit of a laugh here.
He is having a good time. Obviously, Crim's on the camera right there. Yes, I mean, I think you're right. For Fnatic, if you go back to the ESL event, to Gamescom, must have been very frustrating for Fnatic to end up losing that event, right? It's one of those things where if you're NIP and you rewatch that whole event, you're thinking, did we really win it? How did we really win it? And if Fnatic, you must be thinking, how did we lose this? Because we were supposed to win this event.
Inferno, man, that last map for Fiflarin. He's up there right now, but he shut them down on short and made it possible for NiP. I mean, this is definitely Fnatic. They've come close again, another final for them, but this is the big event, not only because they are the top team to beat right now, but because they are the team that took it at Dreamhack Winter, the first CSGO major. So talk about coming full circle. If they were able to close it out here and get their second major title at the same event,
that would, I mean,
it's the fairy tale story right there.
That is, they'd be the first team in global offensive history to win 2 majors. So there's definitely a lot on the line. And I think we're finally back into the game, so we'll see if we can't get it on the way here. 4-0 in favor of the Fnatic team as Bravado are setting up for a 5th round here. Nice follow with the grenade. I absolutely love that function. I got a chance to thank Matt as well, who's been the developer coding it. He's at the event here, and it's super cool. I've been pestering them about it for a very long time, so I'm very excited.
It's so clean as well. You get to see where it goes in, and that was pretty much our bread and butter. Nade to the face with a combination of bullets. Thank you, Crims. That's the first frag going Fnatic's way. Flusha will come in on short and pick up another. He's got another man peeking out there, and that's a bomb dropped at top mid now. At this point, this is definitely looking like Fnatic have all the control of the situation. They haven't taken a single point of damage yet, despite Bravado actually investing in this round.
Yeah, not really a lot they can do here. They tried it with the pistols. They realized they could afford this investment into the round, but it hasn't really given them a lot of anything. And in the end, 2 bullets, I think, left for Sent. He's going to go down. And that's a bit of a problem, because actually Bravado have been doing a decent job in previous rounds, even when they've been losing, of killing at least a couple of Fnatic members each round, and that's important. This one, it's a clean round for Fnatic. They get out with every single member alive, and economically speaking, right now, on Olofmeister, there's almost 10,000, it's 9,150, so he has a pretty good bank, and everybody else on Fnatic is at plus 4,500, and that's a problem for Bravado, because if they win a round at some point, they're going to have to win, consecutive rounds to have any chance of doing this. Otherwise, it's not going to work out. Exactly.
That's what it's all about, that consecutive round win. And so far, Fnatic have the buffer. So it is going to come down to this big buy round here going into the 6th. Bravado, once again, having the AWP for Sent. So they will have some firepower there. He did get some damage done with it in that last buy round as well for Bravado. So we're going to be looking at him quite a bit. He's planted up in A apartments. But this time, Crims not getting caught off guard, already doing a little bit of damage there.
Yeah, and we'll probably get a chance to see the grenade follow function any second again, because you can tell that there's a couple of members on Bravado. They're setting up for the classic A push coming in, smoking off most of the A bomb side, trying to get in there. And there it is, Deviant throwing that grenade, and it's going to land perfectly to block off CT spawn. Olofmeister waiting inside with the M4A1 in hand, but it's going to be Crims opening up, and Olofmeister trying to see if he can follow up, but he's going to go down. JW in the background, though, picks up a kill, and Bravado are crumbling. They line up, and only Ragnar is going to be left after it's all said and done.
This is just Ragnar. I mean, he's 1v3. He's been pinned down as well. JW will find the angle to take that shot. One thing there that stood out is that Bravado, unfortunately, weren't able to account for Crims, because that smoke that went down, it never actually went down. The smoke to block off the top of stairs. And so Crims is able to come up those stairs, spot them coming through pit. They know exactly what's happening at this point, Fnatic. Olofmeister doesn't get a huge amount of damage done, but Crims really just made it possible there for Fnatic to set up for the win.
Fnatic had one really interesting game against Dignitas on this map, where Dignitas actually managed to pull a bunch of A smoke plays like that, and every single time Fnatic just did not care, and just like Olofmeister over at the ramp to CT spawn ended up just waiting and shooting for the smoke a whole bunch of times. So Fnatic is a really hard team to play actually on that A bomb side.
They are a team that for the longest of times, even when the new version came out, they were the team to fear. For a long time, Mirage has been their playground. And, well, Bravado, they aren't welcome. they missed the sign. You know, no Bravado allowed, pretty much. This is definitely looking like Fnatic have got total control of the situation. I mean, they've got, what, after a bye, they've got 3 guys floating at near $9,000. There is zero pressure on Fnatic at this point.
They have Flusher at 11, 4, and 1, so he's doing a really good job at the moment. Great ratio currently going on him. And you're right, Olofmeister picking up that second AWP. So things are about to get a lot worse here for the South African team. It's going to get tricky.
That's the clear indicator that Fnatic right now are just like, okay, we've got so much money that we can go for this buy. That's a clear indicator of just how little pressure they're under right now. It's not a pressure buy. This is basically them just throwing it out there to make sure that Bravado can't get too comfortable with what they've seen so far. But Bravado now, they are going for another buy round after that eco, and this is going to be them basically slow playing the B. Haven't really given away too much here, actually.
Well, Pronax spotted one guy up there, so he's playing a little bit cautiously, just trying to play it safe at the moment. And he does have a Molotov and a smoke to try and buy time if they're going to come through. So it's going to actually be really tricky for them to try and make their way through right now. Sent has the AWP scoped up, but the smoke clears up again, and he just misses Pronax. That's a very close shot, actually. Oh,
that timing, Pronax. I'm not sure if he realizes how lucky he was there, but Sent continues. It's almost as if he's trying to make it sound like there's a decoy nade up there. Like, don't worry, nobody's actually here. This is just a nade going off. Like, this isn't really happening right now. But Bravado, at this point, they're starting to run out of time. That's going to be the big thing here because it's ticked down now. We're at the 35-second mark. They're going to have to make a play, and Pronax spotting bodies up there isn't going to help things for Bravado. Fnatic are going to be able to quickly rotate in.
Yeah, Flusher waiting on the crossfire here. JW wants to come up from behind from apartments, but Pronax goes down. Flusher gets the 1 kill, and the guy carrying the bomb a follow-up as well. He's still got 8 bullets. He turns around. He hears the guy coming in. Ragnar, though, will take down Flusher finally. And now it's a 2-on-3. Only 14 seconds left, and JW kills Send up there. So now it's all down to Ragnar, and he's completely surrounded. JW coming in from behind, and he was also running out of time, like you said. So a nice idea. I mean, the advantage they got from waiting was that Fnatic didn't have any grenades to defend with, but then it still revolved around them having a perfect execution getting in. As soon as they got delayed, that was pretty much the round.
Exactly. That's the big point to be made right there, is that they did manage to get out onto the site, but unfortunately for them, Pronax was still alive and Flusher was still alive, and they had the crossfire. If they turned to deal with Pronax, we saw what happens. Flusher just flanks them and gets 2 kills. If they turn to deal with Flusher, Pronax is going to tear them. So that sort of scenario there, it really comes down to whether they can quickly get that kill on Pronax. But Fnatic are just so experienced with holding this site. I mean, Flusher, Pronax, they work so well together, just making sure that they play the proper angles and they aren't too predictable so that they don't get picked off quickly, that they are able to just make it look easy. Right now, Bravado have got to be really wondering, you know, what can we actually go for here that will throw Fnatic off? And I'm wondering if a rush isn't in order. You know, just try and go for just a straight play and see if they can land the shots fast and not let Fnatic get comfortable.
Yeah, this is also turning into an issue where Bravado simply need to kill more Fnatic members, because right now it's Deviant, Sent, and Ragnar who are 3 kills each. Then Black Poison and Detroni are at one each right now. So just starting in the 9th round, that also has to change. And it's really hard because it's something we've been talking about so many times before. If you base a large portion of your play around the entry frags and you don't get them, that becomes an issue. And yes, rushing could be a way to solve that. Just saying, all right, well, we'll just throw everything at this one bomb site and hope that something sticks.
Look at this, Fnatic, once again, they're changing up their plays now. They go for the double op, now they're going to go for pushes up mid to control that top. Looks like Bravado may have an idea of it, though Deviant is just kind of floating around the top, not quite sure, but there's the flash in. Picture perfect, and Flusher will pick up 2 very neat kills. Crims is there to help, and this is definitely looking like Fnatic have total control. Crims even catches the man coming in through underpass.
So now a 2-on-4. It's a nice idea from Bravado, the way they tried to approach the middle area, because they had Detroni coming up from underpass as well, so it could have worked out. They could have sandwiched Fnatic in, but the timing worked out not in their favor. Ragnar here taking a fight. He's going to go down with Olofmeister. It's going to be up to Sent, and he's up in the apartments, easily spotted out. And Crims picks up a triple kill and puts Fnatic on a 9th round. Still not much luck, and it's still a little bit of a slow round from Bravado.
Well, that's the one thing that we're looking for here as well, is, you know, how crisp are Bravado's executions, and we aren't quite seeing it. That could play into just them not having as much experience versus a top-tier team. Fnatic, they are, as we were saying, you know, on the panel going into this match, you know, the team to beat. The slightest mistake you make as far as timing, as far as execution, they won't let that by. You are going to get punished, and that's what we're seeing round after round here. Even when Bravado try and go for smoke executes, things that should be very smooth that they can practice, it's a little disjointed. And just the fact that there is that half second for Fnatic to react off of is enough for the Swedes to crush them.
Yeah, and speaking of Fnatic right now, we've just seen that the Swedish team, look at Flusher at the top of mid. He's actually got a lot of information, and if they run in T-spawn right now, he can hear them. But they've also checked underpass, which is why they're now covering hard on both bomb sides, because they know they have full mid control. They can just wait, and Bravado is actually going to play themselves into a very bad position at any moment. The only way out of this right now, I think, is if they somehow kill Flusher in the middle, then they'll actually regain map control. As long as Flusher's here, Fnatic know everything that's going on this map.
Exactly. If even Flash is going off Flusha now at this point, he's hearing them step, and now he could potentially push in behind them, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Checks B apartments, but I'm sure he's going to be going into T-spot, especially once his teammates spot out the smokes and the flashes that are going to come into this A site. Flush is going to be in the perfect position for the backstab, and there's already 3 members for Fnatic holding on this site.
Good smoke going in. Olofmeister down in shadows. Actually running out of bullets here, so he's going to have to reload for a moment. Are they going to let him? Flusher picks up 2 good kills. And JW is partially smoked off in the background here. Flusher coming out from behind. Pistols out, so another good headshot. And in the end, it's a triple kill for Flusher and a 10th round straight here for Fnatic. Not dropping anything. Flusher dropping 17, 6, and 2. Doing a very fine job at the moment.
Yeah, that flank right there, you can see they're all giggling about it. I mean, you would be giggling in that sort of scenario. Everything goes right. The fact that they're able to, off that information, make the call that, okay, we need to have extra defense on this side as well. And then Crims, Flusha, everybody playing to their utmost potential right now. There really doesn't seem to be a gap that Bravado can exploit. And because they are, sure, they've lost 10 rounds in a row, but no plant. It looks like Bravado are actually deciding to go for a smoke round at this, or rather an eco round at this point. Going for CZs.
Yeah, and they're all being herded into the middle here. This is going to be a slaughter. Fnatic just much better equipment, and that's not going to work out either. I don't know. I don't think there aren't that many options left actually for the Bravado team. They tried that B rush early on. I kind of wish they'd do it again, because I think slow playing Fnatic isn't going to work. I don't think you can fake Fnatic. They're so confident right now. If you try to do a fake, they wouldn't rotate everyone out until they saw the bomb, because they're not pressured to do so. Why would they take any risks? And obviously they're very good as well as taking mid control for Fnatic. You're not going to win that battle unless you get a really, really good opening kill. And look at JW just charging up. He's up on the scaffolding or the railing up here and just waiting. This is some crazy play.
Yeah, this isn't something we see every day. This embodies JW right here, and he's going to go for the underpass peak, takes the battle, and both of them miss. It's a double up play out of Bravado as well, so they do have some firepower, but looks like JW will actually be able to get out of that scenario, and he's still holding without. I mean, Bravado can't really do anything unless they chuck a smoke in there, but Flush is holding to make sure that angle gets covered.
Scent is just waiting. He's hoping in the middle there that someone's going to come and peek him eventually. And Black Poison is doing the same up in those apartments. Bravado really want for Fnatic to make the first move this time and for them to get the opening kill like that. But obviously now time's also running out, so that's the next issue here. So Olofmeister is going to pick up the first kill on Deviant. And again, Fnatic off to a good start.
Yeah, at this point, the man holding a top there, that could open it up, but Flush is already checking for the man under window as well. Fnatic are seeing this coming, this kind of bait and switch mode where they want JW to get aggressive and peek at window so that they can punish with Detron. But it's not going to happen. Fnatic playing this very clean at this point. It is going to wind up on A here. The bomb is coming in through pit, and they are starting to work their way through connector. But Crims is in position on this site to hold it, and Olofmeister gets caught. Actually, both of them getting picked up. Black Poison and Rachno getting 2 big frags.
Yeah, great stuff. Detroni also picking off one. Flush just going to go down. Nice double kill coming out at the moment. Leaving it all up to Pronax. 1-on-3. He picks the first kill. Now they just need to hide. This is a really tough one for Pronax, except the fact he actually does have the Molotov here. He can block off Black Poison, but he's not going to get it in time. Good double kill. And Bravado is going to pick up the first round or the here of the first half of the game. So really good job. That was Detroni with a double. It was Black Poison with a double. And that made the round for them.
That was it. Once they start winning those fights, they get that confidence now, and they do get a round on the board, so it's not going to be a clean sweep here to start us at Dreamhack Winter. Bravado, we're not going to let that happen. And now, all of a sudden, Fnatic maybe rock back on their heels somewhat here. All of a sudden, they realize we're not invincible. We actually do have to, kind of lock down our game here. I wouldn't be surprised with the 14-1 at this point, though, because Fnatic, they should be in a position now to get control again and recenter themselves.
Yeah, and this is obviously the most scary moment in the first half for Bravado, because if they do end up losing this round, this could finish 14-1 for the first half, essentially.
Well, let's see how things shape up here, because once again, Bravado trying to make a little bit of noise in mid, but it is going to be wrapping around A for the most part. 2 guys up in apartments as well for Bravado, which isn't something we see too often. Black Poison trying to go for the shot, but he takes one to the face already. It's going to drop him low. They really haven't been coming out ahead this round as far as the opening shots are concerned. Bravado, they've taken damage, and they've done very little to Fnatic.
Still the bomb back in T-spawn. They're just looking for those opening picks, and Center's going to get a nice one there. But they did drop the Trony, who was a big force in the last round, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. They go back and pick up the bomb, and now you can see they're taking it to the B bomb site. So they're actually making a smart choice right now. If they have grenades, and they do have one smoke, if they can keep Fnatic out, get the bomb down, Flush is the only one currently over here, it could make such a big difference. But Flusher also has the smoke, and oh, that's such a big problem now for the Terror side.
That's perfect timing.
Yeah.
Rakno's going to walk up to it. 20 seconds left. They don't actually have time to wait for this smoke. They have to go through right now. There's the nade to go in, but Flusher now spots them moving in, and he doesn't get the double. Only the single. Still, his job is done, and now his mates are rotating, but Black Poison gets a 6 shot on Pronax through the window.
Oh, he wanted that. Olofmeister's going to go down as well. It's Crims here now, 1-on-3. They just have to play this smart. Wait, let him walk into a crossfire, and then take him out like that. And it actually looks like they are playing this really safely. So good job on Bravado here, just playing it nicely. And it's going to be Black Poison picking up a triple kill in the round, taking down Crims lastly. Great decision making at the end. That was very smart. They managed to move exactly to the bomb site where there was only one person covering. And even though they had to walk through the smoke, they could still kill Flusher. Very nicely handled. Yeah,
Flusher with a bit of a hiccup there. It did look like he was going to be lined up for a perfect double spray. Only getting that first one, really it comes down to individual play as well, because Black Poison right there to step up for his team, those were key op kills, especially on the men rotating in through Kitchen. Managing to pick those guys off early, put the pressure on Fnatic very quickly there. So that was a great round again. Bravado now 2 rounds on the board. Fnatic, they still have the money. It's not a problem for them, but they do have to be wondering a little bit now, okay, what's actually happening here? Do we have to worry a little bit now about Black Poison in particular? Ooh, JW getting naded down to half as well. They've got those HGs going.
Oh man, Fnatic have so much money that they're going to be ecoing anytime soon. Crims will take down Detroni, trying to come up out of the underpass there. And again, it is a very slow round here for Bravado. Fnatic might actually be pushing up. Olofmeister's going to walk right into Deviant. That's all the way over at the A ramp. In the middle though, Black Poison finally lands a kill on JW, but he can't help but think it might be too late.
They're getting picked off left and right. Flush is going to go for the peek out in mid, and Black doesn't hit the shot. Now it's down to Rakno. Last man alive here, 1v4. He's landing 2, and there you go. But it's not going to be enough. Crims rotates in and picks him up. Fnatic now on a 12th round here.
Now, that was a very interesting style of rifle control. You see the way he was kind of shaking his aim at the end. That's something that some people used to do all the way back in, you know, in all the versions of Counter-Strike. So I'm kind of interested to see if that's like a remnant. This guy's been playing for much longer than maybe we think. But that was definitely very interesting, very cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was Crimson Connector who managed to pick him up at the end. Now Bravado is really trying to put the turn of speed on here, but Crims is shredding him. He's still alive. Got the CZ. He's going to get picked up, but he's done the damage. He's done the work. Flusher was there to help, and Fnatic will end this first half on 13 rounds, 2 for Bravado. Going into the second half, though, now, this is the big thing here. Okay, Anders, they're going to go for the B-Rush. Fnatic, that is.
On the Fnatic side, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going to do that. But I mean, it feels like almost no matter what Fnatic choose, it's not going to be a wrong choice for them. They can probably make it work anyway. I mean, Flush we've played 15 rounds, and he's got 24 kills and 5 deaths. That's pretty outrageous. Yes, they are definitely playing a team that they should be beating, but it's still pretty good individual performance coming out right now. So
absolutely.
We'll see.
Been a lot of action over on mid. I mean, this mid control, and it's really interesting to see Fnatic style as well. Always focusing on mid, making sure they have eyes on underpass, top mid, up short. I mean, Fnatic always play about controlling that mid position and forcing Bravado onto the edges of the map where it gets a bit uncomfortable, where, you know, you have to have plays like the B-Rush that comes through and Black Poison gets 3 kills for the round to work. So Fnatic, their CT side, as always, looking indomitable right now. But their T side as well. I mean, this is the team that had the B rush, and they just made it look unstoppable. So that's why I'm kind of leaning towards that. I wouldn't put it past Pronax to just throw it out there, see if it works. They have such a huge cushion that if it works, it ends the game. If it doesn't, they'll be all right as well.
Yeah, I think either B rush or just like the standard A take. I think those are the two best options for Fnatic at the moment. But seeing as there's only one team, as far as I can tell, that's managed to counter the B rush, then it's a pretty safe choice. I'm actually interested. I mean, this is going to be one of the things that I want to be watching for when Fnatic are going to be playing Mirage for the rest of this tournament, assuming they will. I want to see if they are, if people are going to learn how to block that push, because
I'm pretty sure that's something that they've been taking a close look at, right? Dignitas did it, but They have to be making the changes. It's been out long enough, right?
It's been going on since Gamescom. As far as, like I said, I think only Dictas are the only ones who sort of really managed to really figure it out. So, I mean, it seems like the other teams are just a little bit slower to react somehow. But we'll find out. It's the second half coming up here. It's the first game of the group stage. And you're watching Dreamhack Winter 2014 here for the Counter-Strike Global Offensive Tournament. So welcome to the show. Fnatic off to a predictably a really, really good start here. It's going to be 13-2 for them. They just need 3 more rounds to close this game. And actually, they're going to do a bit of a fake here.
They're actually, this is really interesting. Going off of what was actually bought here, Fnatic are just making noise up in B. And look at the rotation already. Bravado, I mean, they assume now they managed to slow down a little bit and calm themselves. Okay, come back to your positions. We didn't see anybody. We didn't see the bomb. Don't go rotating quite yet. JW's here to make some noise, but this is going to be just brute force from Fnatic. They don't have any nades to work with. This is all about just taking the battles and winning them.
Yeah, Bravado are actually reading the situation quite well as they are rotating back in. They're not really buying JW being over here. They can kill him and get back in rotation, but he's going to land a great headshot to take down the Trony, and he's going for a little bit more. Black Poison will return on Flusha. Crims goes down as well. This is looking good right now. Sent gets a kill. Pronax almost running out of bullets. Deviant's going to take him down. It's going to be just Olofmeister. 1-on-3, caught in the middle of nowhere, trying to run in. He's got the burst fire on, jumping in, shooting, and he's going to get the kill on Ragno. Picks up the USPS and has just a few bullets left, and not that much time either. He's running in. That's another headshot from Olofmeister. It's now going to be a triple. He's looking for Sent. The pressure is on right here. 4 bullets in the clip. He's got 25 seconds. He's got the bomb. He's going to make a run for it and at least get the bomb plant. Great play from Olofmeister.
Stellar, just stellar. He goes in there, gets the USP, gets those 2 frags, and Sent, he's now got a gun with some bullets in it, so that's going to help him. But they are both so low on HP. Only problem is that now Olofmeister can get into a position to catch. He can lay a trap right now. Sent, the bomb is down. He knows exactly where Sent has to go, and Olofmeister's in a great position to deal with this. He's planted for short, and this is going to be incredibly difficult now for Sent to turn it around. Olofmeister actually making noise.
Yeah, he's not afraid at all. He heard him going in for the kitchen, and he's planted perfectly for this. There's no chance. Sent doesn't have a defuse kit, so he is going to be going down any second. And there it is, Olofmeister with the quad kill. Single-handedly taking on Bravado Gaming, 1-on-3 at the end there. And he came out on top. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that is really sick to keep your cool in that sort of scenario right there. 1v3 clutch to win the pistol. And here we have at the beginning. I mean, he did this with burst as well. Olofmeister, for shame.
Yeah, that burst fire. All right, well, we're going to going into the 17th round, and Bravado Gaming coming up with 3 HE grenades, C-set 75s, and 1 scout. So they definitely are aware of the metagame that's going on, at least currently in the European scene. That seems to be really strong, but they still need to land those shots, and it's going to be JW opening up. He actually got body shot then, and Ragno could do this, and that's a shot jumping midair and takes down JW. Good job.
I could see that twinkle in Songir's eye, seeing that kind of play right there. That was sick, and that's a good start here going into this second round. Now, Fnatic have to worry. I mean, CZ's armor, they can do the damage here, Bravado. It's all about Fnatic taking their time and trying to force the battles at range. But Ragno's got that scout. He runs into a man on short, lands the shot, and he's still alive. Not for long, though. Flusha will hunt him down, and now at this point, Fnatic are going to get onto this bomb site.
Well, they line up, and Deviant will take down the first kill there. But the bomb should be going down any second, and that makes it a lot tougher for the CT side. Now they have to fight for the retake, and even though they've done some damage to Olofmeister, I don't see them coming out of this round with a victory.
And do you really try and back off and save at this point? I mean, you know that Olofmeister, he lives with 2 HP. That sets it up for Crims, and this is going to be the final frag. Flusha will find the Trony, who was trying to work his way in from kitchen. Fnatic now on match point here, 1 round away from securing their first map of the day here, and they only need 2 in this group stage. So this is such an important map for Fnatic. 2 wins, they're through to the playoffs. 2 losses, and you're out. So Bravado as well. This is a bit of a bumpy road.
It is, and I think, all right, Olofmeister through. He actually bought a sawn-off shotgun, but I think he managed to change his mind. Ooh. It's going to bounce up once and then right on there, and it pops pretty quickly. So good smoke coming out from Fnatic. It is worth noticing, because actually even at a pro level, some teams do screw up these smokes, and it can have a huge impact on the game. But it feels like Fnatic are en route to taking their first win here.
Wow, they've taken a lot of damage, though, Fnatic. Good damage put up here by Bravado, and there it is. Black Poison finds the opening, sees that at range, picks off JW. Pronax and Olofmeister still very low, but that bomb has now been planted, and they're going to be able to fall back and try and make Bravado work, basically. Set up those crossfires. That's what it all comes down to now for Fnatic. They have to make sure that Bravado, if they walk through here, they're going to get shredded.
There's still a bunch of grenades on the Fnatic side here as Pronax takes down Scent. It's up to Ragnar and Black Poison, the only two left here, trying to keep Bravado alive. Black Poison is going to be going down at the end to Pronax, who picks up a triple, and Fnatic will take it 16-2.
And at the end there, that was pretty much just textbook play from Fnatic. Able to get into that side, even in low HP. They just played the crossfire. If somebody peeks, the other man, it's bait and switch, the 1-2 combinations that they keep throwing out. But throughout this entire thing, basically, this entire first map, JW, Fnatic, they all just looked so solid, so confident.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what we want to see from Fnatic going into this tournament, because they have a mountain on their shoulders right now.
Ending up at 26 kills was Flusher at the end, so, a great start to the tournament for him, and that's obviously, on a personal level, considering everything that's been going on going into this, I think it has to be really important for him. So it's a really good job from Fnatic. Again, a really predictable victory as well, but it's good to see they weren't making some of those mistakes we started off talking about, underestimating their opponents and not taking the game seriously. They definitely did.
I think there was a couple of rounds, right, where they started to have a little bit of fun. JW jumping onto the railing on short like that. Okay, JW, right? You wouldn't really see him doing that all the time. So that was probably the turning point. But when you have more than 10 rounds on your CT side of Mirage, you can probably start to allow yourself to have a little bit of fun. Well, let's go ahead now and hear what Scoots, Thorin, and Fiflorin have to say about our first map here at Dreamhack Winter.